It's always delight. It's always a delight to know that you're there with us on the program this morning on ITV. Welcome back from that short break. We're heading straight to the conversation now, as we have all three of our guests standing by virtually joining us to explore the front line of the conversation. Like I told you before we went on that break, we'll quickly tint into the tribunal's verdict that actually reaffirmed or affirmed the election or the victory of Governor Okpebholo as the governor of Edo State. We're going to be looking at that. Then on the flip side, we'll be looking at the migration of politicians to other political party. What is the essence of this whole cross-carpeting? How is it going to affect the polity and the political landscape of Nigeria? To join us, extend the front line of this conversation is Apostle Oyinosa Alfred Odion. He's joining us virtually all the way from Bayelsa. Thank you very much, Apostle, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning.
We appreciate you for being on the program. And of course, joining us from Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria, is a medical doctor, a philanthropist, and he is also a public affairs analyst. Thank you very much for joining us, Dr. Alari Edosa. Dr. Edosa, are you there? Dr. Alari? Well, you need to unmute yourself. You need to unmute yourself from your end so that we can hear you. Okay, thank you so much. And of course, from the city of power is no other person than engineer Christian Omofoma. He's joining us all the way from Abuja. He was the Labour Party senatorial candidate in the 2024 election that took place in Edo State. He's also a right activist. Joins from Abuja. Thank you very much, Engineer Omofoma.
Thank you very much for having me.
We appreciate you, gentlemen, for being on the program, and of course, together with Anuoluwakwa Stevens, we'll be ensuring that we have a good conversation with our guests. Let's begin with you, Apostle Alfred. Help us now. Yesterday, the court actually gave a verdict and said Governor Okpebholo remains the governor of Edo State. You are of the People's Democratic Party. Help us make sense. The governor is saying everyone should come on board. He actually extend an olive branch to his closest rival, talking about Dr. Aso Ighodalo, so that they can come together and push Edo forward. What says you? Should we have the PDP head to the Court of Appeal?
First of all, I do not belong to any political party. I am just a lover of good governance and supporting what will bring development to our state, Nigeria. So, what happened yesterday is still a shock. It's still a shock because we expect the judiciary to do the needful, and we know that judiciary is actually the last hope of the common man. So, I still believe that justice will still be served, and I also encourage Dr. Aso Ighodalo to go to the appeal because it is not over yet. So for me, a lot of persons are really sad because what they expected was not what they saw yesterday. But we still believe that judiciary is still the last hope of the common man. So I wish Dr. Aso Ighodalo well as he move on to the next stage to reclaim his mandate. And I also wish Edo State well.
Thank you for that submission. Let's quickly get to Dr. Alari Edosa. Dr. Alari Edosa, let's get to you. You are of the people, the APC, the All Progressive Congress. Help us make sense now. The governor is saying everyone should come on board, let's move forward. And some persons are actually saying the governor has actually started doing well. But on the flip side, those who felt they didn't get the justice they deserve are heading to the Court of Appeal. What is your take?
Okay, thank you very much. For me, the judgment yesterday has just reflected the will of the people. The people came out en masse in September last year to vote massively for the governor of Edo State, Senator Okpebholo, and his deputy right hand, Dennis Idahosa. And the court judgment at the tribunal yesterday is just an affirmation of what Edo people did in September last year. So, and to add my voice to that of our adoptive governor, who is obviously being magnanimous in victory, this is the time to review the Edo. For me, all aspirants in the last election all share one common goal, which is the progress of Edo State. And we have a governor on board who is currently leaving no stone unturned in the development of the state, being it in the health sector, in the educational sector, and even in infrastructure. The governor is doing massively well in less than how many months in office. So this is the best time for everybody to come together, having one common interest in mind. This is a better Edo State. For everybody to come to support the governor and let's achieve this. For me, it's not right that for every election, we see people always running to the top to seek justice, even for very clear victories like we just concluded a government election. So for me, even if they take this case as far as Supreme Court, the judgment is not going to be different. It's clear that the judgment has only affirmed the decisions and the yearnings of the people, which is that they want a government that will bring about development. And that's exactly what Senator Monday Okpebholo is doing for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Edosa Larry. We appreciate you for that beautiful submission. Let's get to Engineer Omofoma. Engineer Omofoma, though your party didn't go to court, well, Peter Obi didn't bother challenging his victory in court, but how does this reflect for the stability of Edo politics, as it were?
The tribunal has come and it has gone, and we saw what happened yesterday. The PDP candidate still feel he was robbed, and he still wants to go for the appeal. He has the right to do that. He has the right to seek justice or seek further justice if he believes he's been robbed. And I'll say this: yes, the governor has extended a hand of magnanimity to him to help him out with the government and all that. But if the man feels he needs to pursue this further, then so be it. And we don't know how the people generally, how the people feel right now. If they feel robbed, if they feel their will has been reflected, or they feel their will has been validated. And so, but let him continue to pursue justice. What he seeks, he may find at the end of the day. And if not, after all, there's a reason why you still have a further chance to appeal and to go to Supreme Court. So at the end of the day, whatever happens, then he can, if he feels his mandate was stolen, then it can be restored. If otherwise, he can join the governor to build the state and move the state further.
Right. Now, let me quickly move over to the doctor we have, Dr. Edosa. So a lot of persons currently are wondering about the people and the political stability in Edo State. The question is, how significant is this ruling to the political stability in Edo State, considering the opposition parties?
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, if I got you right, your question is how significant is this victory to the political stability in Edo State? For me, I'll tell you that this victory has only come about helping us to reinforce the political stability that this state has enjoyed since November 12, when Senator Monday Okpebholo took over the helm of affairs. If you will remember what Edo was in terms of political stability before November 12th last year, when this current administration of Senator Monday Okpebholo took over, Edo was in a state of serious political instability in terms of legislative, the local government crisis, and all that. But today, we have the local government system that is balanced, there's stability. We have a House of Assembly working harmoniously with the executive arm of government, unlike what we had before Senator Monday Okpebholo came in when there was some crisis in the judiciary, some judges were not sworn in. Now, all arms of government are working independently. And for me, I think that's like so much political stability for the state. So this affirmation of the victory of Senator Monday Okpebholo yesterday will only bring about more and sustained political stability in Edo State. That is my take on that. Thank you.
What about the angle of the opposition parties? Because already we're saying that Asua Godalo is saying he's not satisfied from all we've gathered and all we've seen so far, and is heading over to the appeal courts. And there are also notions that perhaps he might not also get satisfied in the appeal court, and maybe we'll also see this case moving ahead to the Supreme Court. Do you think that would happen? Dr. Edelsa, if you can hear me. Right.
Like my brother from the Labour Party said, he is free to seek justice, even if the governor has extended hands of fellowship to him. He is free to seek justice, and I think I came across an official position from Dr. Asua Godalo yesterday, stating that he's going to the Court of Appeal. However, he might still choose to go to the Supreme Court after that. But for me, I'm convinced that for me, that him going through the judicial route would not in any way affect the stability, the political stability we are enjoying in the state today, because we have a governor who knows the game and understands the game. And so I think we can go ahead if he thinks it's not comfortable. No one is trampling on his right of seeking justice, even up to the point of Supreme Court. So for me, I don't think that has any way to stop the political stability we are enjoying in the state currently.
Okay, we'll be getting back to you, Dr. Edosa. You made mention of the executive and the judiciary in the states having a good relationship. But some persons are saying the APC is kind of recruiting the opposition to get on board with them so that they could get a majority in the House. Could that be true?
You know, the truth is nobody is recruiting anybody. When anybody that sees a good thing, we always want to identify with it. The administration of Senator Monday Okpebholo has brought in something unusual, something dynamic, and something unique into the Edo political system that every politician and every official want to identify with. Just recently, we saw the defection of some House of Assembly members into the party. We saw the defection of the 18 local government chairmen into the party. That tells you, even just also recently, we saw the defection of two former lawmakers from Oriomo. The former deputy speaker was also the House of Rep candidate for the party in Uwunde Oriomo, for the PDP in Uwunde Oriomo, and also Honorable Kumbo joining the APC. That tells you that within this short period of time, the governor has been able to gather so much support from the opposition, which is the PDP. That tells you that he's bringing something unique and dynamic into it. And that's what politics is all about. It's all about the numbers. Getting more support for yourself, and I think Senator Monday Okpebholo is doing well in that aspect. So nobody is trying to, I don't know how you put it, it's just normal politics and the love of Senator Monday Okpebholo that is playing out.
Okay, let's quickly get to Apostle Alfred. Apostle Alfred, quickly help us now. The victory or the verdict of yesterday, what should Edolite expect? What should the Edo citizens expect from the governor going forward, looking at the verdict of yesterday?
Yeah, Edo people actually, all they want right now is more development, more prosperity, more unity and progress in Edo. That is the most important thing. A state where there is peace. If there is no peace, there can never be development. So Edo people actually yearning for peace. And according to the Constitution, that the primary responsibility of the government is to provide security and welfare for the people. So the people actually yearning for more security. So if their life is not secure, there is no way they can go out there to do business. So the first thing is to seek for more security to ensure that the people are safe and that the atmosphere is calm for them to do business and more avenue for them to exploit. So that is what Edo actually wanted, and I believe they will get it. But for now, I will still urge all Edolites to work with the current governor to move the state forward while Dr. Aswen still go to the court to seek to reclaim his mandate. So thank you. That will be all for now.
Okay, now let's still stay with the judiciary, because over time there's been this trend of go to court, go to court, go to court. Do you think by any chance this move or trend, I would say, is going to deter a lot of Nigerians from participating in the electoral process in Nigeria, because we also have 2027 coming on board? Do you think it's going to get them all distracted and discouraged from being fully involved?
Engineer Mofoma, please.
The truth is this,
Okay.
the people have lost confidence in the judiciary. This is the gospel truth. When you say go to court, the people have lost confidence in the judiciary because they expect the judiciary to do the needful. But every day we keep seeing things going down, justice not being served. So it's a big problem. So as we move towards 2027, I can tell you 98% of Nigerians who actually seek for more development, more prosperity, and a country where every man have peace. They are actually losing confidence in our judiciary. This is the gospel truth. So in 2027, a lot of persons might not go out there to vote because they feel that the nation has been captured by certain individuals. It's like the highest bidder. So if you have the money, you buy your way through. So which doesn't really make sense. Which doesn't really make sense. So this is the time for the judiciary to do the needful so that the will of the people can actually prevail. As of today in Nigeria, I can tell you for free that the youth are getting tired by the day. In 2027, they might not even go out there to vote because they will also write the result. After all, that's what it be. So it ought not to be like that. So this is the right time. This is the best time for our judiciary to wake up, to do the needful, to restore the confidence back to the people. Very, very important.
Right. Now, how can this perspective change moving forward? Because just as you said, a lot of persons are discouraged and there's been a bit of lacuna coming in from the judiciary. So how can we change the perspective for more fuller participation in electoral process in the country?
Truthful to the people. Our leaders now need to be sincere to the people. Now, let's talk about the INEC. The people are also losing courage on the part of INEC. So whatever INEC comes to tell you today, oh, we are going to do this reform, it does not work. The people have lost confidence. So we need to go back to drawing board and see what actually works for the people. Let us do the right thing. If we tell them A, it should be A. If we tell them B, it should be B. By so doing, the people will now have to come out, okay, this is what this man have said, this is what INEC have said, let us follow suit. But for a very long time, it has been the other way around. So all hands have to be on deck. We have to return back to our drawing board to do the right thing for the people, that the people cannot trust the government. But as of today, the people no longer trust the government, whether INEC, all the institutions, the people have lost confidence in all the institutions. And this is the time we need to go back to do the needful for the people.
All right, talking about trust now and the people, Engineer Mofoma, the by-election is just, it's coming very soon, though we are yet to get clarity on when it will be coming on stream. But looking at it, should we expect voters' apathy during the by-election? Will this deter the electorate from participating in the by-election? This verdict that was given yesterday.
With my condolences and commiseration with the people of my senatorial district, Edo Central, for the multiple lives that have been lost in the course of the recent past, the last 1 year in particular, due to kidnapping, all kinds of insecurity challenges we faced in Edo Central. And also condolences to those that have lost their lives, the 16 that were killed in a mob action last week. It's a tragedy of sorts, and we pray such it doesn't repeat itself again. And voter apathy is a thing that's come, that's the government of the day, I would say, is propagating. Now, do we still have democracy in Nigeria? Is a question of what should ponder and reflect on. Because what is democracy to start with? Democracy is a government, right, of the people, by the people, and for the people. Now, you see, the people, for democracy to work, there are basic elements that must be in place. Okay, number one thing, people must have a right to choose, ability to choose who their leaders will be. Yes, we organize elections every 4 years. Are the choices of the people being reflected? This is one thing we should look at. Even the selection of the candidates themselves from the parties. Is it the right method we are using to select who becomes candidates? Because you see, by the time the party chooses their candidates, now you are limited, your choices are limited on whom you can vote for. Now, coming to the general election itself, do the will of the people, is it reflected on the ballots? And that is a question we all also need to ponder. And I'm sure that's the primary reason why Affirmation of Gov is the court. With the will of the people reflected, do we know, what transpires after we are voted? So it's a big thing what's going on in this country right now, where people should choose, go to wrong government as if we're in a conquered territory. Elements of democracy. Are we the rule of law? Is it what the people expect it to be? There are laws in this country. And at the end of the day, only the people governed are subject to the rule of law. Those that govern are not subject to the rule of law. So it creates resentment. And the next generation, they are watching. The people coming after us, they are seeing all the things that happen. We have made corruption normal in this country. Corruption in our democracy especially. I'm not talking about financial corruption. I'm talking about corruption in our democracy, the democratic system in Nigeria. The executive, the legislature, the judiciary. The judiciary and the legislature especially have capitulated, their powers to the executive. A situation where one man can determine the outcome of a trial, a situation where one man can determine the outcome of an election, irrespective of what the choices of the people are. So these are things, we've seen this cases in this country where very unpopular people, are sent into power. And you start asking yourself, is this the will of the people? So we need to reflect on a whole lot of things. We're talking about voter apathy. When I go out and vote, and I see everybody around me voting for a particular candidate, and the result comes out, and behold, the result is reflecting something different. Of course, next time when you say, come out and vote, I'll look at you like, what are you talking about? The one I did last time, everybody in my area voted for this person, and when the results came out, another person was declared. Or 50 people voted in my polling unit. I was there and I saw 50 people vote. And by the time I saw the final results, we are saying that there were 2 people that voted. So these are issues that we should look at. Root causes of things. What happened? Why do people not want to vote in this country? You cannot continuously rob me and I'll come out smiling. Next time you say, okay, fine, come out and vote again, I'll come out. And so I am running right now for the senatorial seat of EDO Central in the by-election. And I will say that I beg my people to come out.
Well, we'll be giving you time for that. Commercially, you will come officially and present yourself as a candidate.
Okay, yeah, I'm not doing that right now. All I'm saying is people need to come out and vote, because it's still a better alternative for us when we sit at home and don't, and say because of what's happened in the last election or last 2 elections, you're not going to be part of the democratic process anymore. Then it creates even further challenges. Then it becomes much easier to rig elections, to rob people of their desired choices. And so I still beg people, to come out and be more vigilant and be able to protect your votes. Stay there, wait for your votes to be counted. Take records, take pictures of the final results and tallies, so that you can have proof to say, yes, something changed, from where we counted the results to when the results were released. And so our democracy needs to be strengthened.
Okay, Engineer Mwafuma. We'll get back to you in a moment.
Right. Now, let's move over to Dr. Edosa. Dr. Edosa, if you can hear me, because right now the process is still on, but I honestly believe a lot of persons have started picking out lessons from all of these things we've seen so far in this case, especially as we look forward to the 2027 election. What lessons can be picked out of the Edo State's governorship election, moving forward?
If I got you right, you said what lessons can be picked out of the Edo State governorship elections moving forward for the 2027 governorship election? For me, in recent times, the last or just concluded, I won't say just concluded, okay, the last year's Edo State governorship election is, there's really no election that is totally free, but I will say was fair. Was a very fair context and to a large extent credible. So going forward into the 2027 general elections, I would say that if we can build on exactly what took place in the Edo State 2024 governorship election, is going to, in a long way, also help to strengthen the democratic process. Maybe for the little issues we saw, maybe just Beaver's technical issues and the INEC ad hoc staff getting to their polling units on time, will also in a large extent also help. So those are areas I think INEC should build on. Because for me, I would say those state government 2024 elections was quite credible, fair, and to a large extent free, if not totally free. Thank you very much.
Apostle Alfred, help us now, going forward, like Anu asked Dr. Edosa earlier, going forward, what should we learn from the verdict of yesterday?
Going forward, our judiciary should do the needful. The INEC should do the needful. Let them improve on their system to ensure that the will of the people prevail. That is the only way forward.